Heading now to a spectacular place called Glencoe. Anyone who's not from Scotland, this is one of the best bits of our nature. And of course, just as you hit Glencoe, the rain comes on. If you've ever heard of the North Coast 500, 500 mile-ish road trip around the coast of Scotland, this road forms part of that. Glencoe is so huge and intimidating and vast, at least for this little part of the world, that even in rain and cloud, I think the views will be something to take a look at. There we go. Just touching this road and already pretty magnificent, I would say. I find that a bit intimidating. If you're thinking about doing the North Coast 500 or you have fond memories of it, I highly recommend it. Initially on the west coast, going north, passing Glencoe, the views are fantastic, and then there's some great little villages with lovely people. You know, all of it is amazing, but a lot of it is. And this year, it wasn't too busy on the NC 500. A lot of open roads this time round. Maybe the weather's a factor. I don't know. But they say Europe's having such a hot summer that maybe coming here is exotic. Getting a bit of rain in July. Unfortunately, we're not going to be going very fast, but that's okay. And just to clarify, I never tailgate. Tailgate is not good. Giving this guy a good gap down to 30. They're going to be looking at the views, and who can blame them? You can't be blamed for wanting to take in the stunning nature around here. Oh, I had one hand on the handlebar. I apologise. I have been riding for 4 hours today, and my wrist does cramp a little bit. I hope you'll forgive me. I don't like going over those white arrows because they become a bit slippy in the rain. Has anyone else experienced that? Anyway, yes, I get a bit of a cramp in my wrists on this bike. As you can tell, it's not the most ergonomic. So yeah, I hope you'll forgive me for taking my hand off. Is it just me? Got some pretty nasty comments about that. Nah, not nasty, but moany. Anyway, taking the view. My lens may be covered in rain, and in that case, it'll look like the camera's crying. But if not, I hope you enjoy. Now I'm looking straight ahead, but I'm tilting my camera to the right, so I'm not taking my eyes off the road. People will brave the weather on a holiday to Scotland to take in these views. Poor sheep. I met a lot of sheep yesterday on a country road, and it was warm though and dry and sunny, and they were just chilling on the side of the road. Anyway, welcome to Glencoe, and got some Munros there, some hills on the side, some cars scattered left and right. But when this road opens up in the right conditions, with an open road ahead of you, God, it's good fun. I don't think any biker would say it's not. It is. It makes me feel small being here amongst these mountains. Other countries, of course, will have larger mountains than this, but for us in Scotland, this is pretty good. Back to the North Coast 500. If you were doing it, you'd be going the opposite direction from me. I'm currently heading south after being up north for a while. Back to the south, where I heard the weather was good today, but actually in the northeast of Scotland it was not bad. As I've come south and west, it's gotten worse. But it's in Glencoe. I never expect good weather. That gives us a second to look at this. It's very nice. It's very nice. People going into the car park here to get some pictures for Instagram. Why not? That's what it's for. It's a car park. So yeah, obviously this is a bit busy. So yes, to clarify on my previous video, there are a multitude of reasons why people will go slower than the posted speed. It's a limit, not a target. Yeah. It's kind of a target though. Someone points out you wouldn't want to sit behind someone at 15 miles an hour and a 30. I have to agree. If you've not watched that video, you should check it out. Maybe leave a comment if you disagree with me, or if you agree with me. Anyway, we're here for the views. And North Coast 500. Spectacular. And the first real spectacular bit of nature you'll see will be Glencoe here. It changes after this a bit. This is dramatic stuff. This is stuff that makes you feel like you're in a bit of a, I think, an evil fairy tale type setting. Maybe Game of Thrones, I don't know. And tourists. If you are considering doing the North Coast 500, you may have seen some of the roads looking a bit challenging and narrow and motorhomes struggling on them, etc. There's a bit of that, but nothing you would be able to handle even on a sport bike. I wouldn't worry about that. I actually think it's kind of a more interesting view driving the opposite way behind me, coming in. There's some great roads further up here as well. We touched the road to come. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like there's a spot of sun over there in the distance. I wonder. Oh, gust of wind there. Has been windy today. It was sunny and windy earlier. Of course it can't just be sunny, it has to be, you know, you have to sacrifice something. Should you do the NC 500? I think you should. What else are you going to do on your motorbike? Sure, there's a multitude of options, but this one's pretty good. That sun over there in the distance teasing us with its rays of gold. That could almost be a sandy beach if the sun came out and we could go for a dip in the river. But the motorbike gods have not granted us such weather on this occasion, so instead we have to be brave and take the cold wind and rain. But it's still worth it. Up, hand back on the handlebar, sorry. Should not gesticulate with my hand whilst riding a motorcycle. Can I scratch my nose though? I'd like to scratch my nose. Nose scratched. So yeah, as I was saying, I actually think driving that way, you get, you know, to see the mountains, and it's a kind of dramatic entrance. If I was designing this road, you know, I'd make it a one way and it'd be that way, because the views are stunning coming down here in the opposite direction. from which I'm travelling at the moment. But I'm also keen to get out of the Highlands, back into the urban areas, because I've been a bit chilly. But your Instagram account will thank you, because you'll have some great pictures. And this road is great. I mean, it's a great road to do. In terms of Scottish roads, the surface of this is not worth complaining of. It could be better, but it's sufficient. It's sufficient. But yeah, no, actually, it's rather lovely now. Haha, lovely in comparison to entering Glencoe, because this is much better. I can see there's no rain on me. It's cold, but it's good. Anyway, in essence, if you're planning on doing the NC500, if you're considering doing the NC500, if you've heard of it and thought should you do it, the answer is yes. It is great to go on some of these roads on the bike. The people are very welcoming. The views are incredible, particularly for anyone who lives in the UK, perhaps south of the Scottish border. You'll be in for a treat. Look at that overtake. That was nice. It's a bit of tailgating around here, isn't it? I don't like that. Look, I've said it 100 times, but I'm going to say it again. Tailgating is bad. No one should tailgate. Even, you know, if they think the person in front's going too slow. Tailgating's dodgy. It's really windy here, and he's really tailgating him, man. I feel sorry. There's a bit of a bump in the road. Felt like a jockey going over a hurdle. Very exposed to the wind here. Very exposed. Another biker friend, will he wave? Aye, give me a foot. Oh! Wind pushing me off the road here. Jesus. Yeah, if you're coming to Glencoe, be prepared to be pushed about on your bike, like. And he overtakes again. I think if the wind doesn't improve in the next few minutes, I am going to pull into a passing place. Let folk pass so I can slow down. Still enjoying the views though, I'll tell you that much. And now we're going round a bend. Will I get swept away in the wind? We'll find out. Guys, riding in the wind is not fun. But it's a part of the experience, you know? It's a part of the experience. Right, we'll see how the wind is here. It's blowing into us, it's not too much of a problem, is it? But it's more so when it's blowing from the side. How do you cope? Do you just lean into it, accept that the bike will remain in motion with the laws of physics? I'd be a bit more comfortable if there was, you know, more road to my left rather than like a verge. If I blow into that, I don't think it's going to end too well. I don't want to go too close to the other side of the road either. But yeah, it's getting very windy. Well, on that note, to end it off with some nice views of around Glencoe, I want you to do the NC500 if you can.